Good morning, guys. We are in Denmark, and today we're actually gonna do the first time sightseeing. So we first drove to Germany, now we are in Denmark, and today officially starts our sightseeing. So that also means that today I'm more into photography. So the days before were actually travel days. Now travel days are always a little bit, you don't see a lot that you want to photograph because you want to continue your drive, right? And sometimes you miss pictures that way, but hey, you want to get there. Today, more photography. And now one of the things that always bugged me a little bit was when I got home and I looked at those pictures, I was going like, hey, where did I took that picture? Now, you can of course use GPS. Now, I created a video a while ago called Beyond Snaps Denmark. And we also have a Beyond Snaps New York, by the way, so check that out online on our website. And in the video, I actually show you that we use something on the iPhone called Rambler. The thing with Rambler is it really sucks up your battery, so during the day it's not really a problem. You have it in the RV on your 12 volts, but when you walk around your battery will drain. So this trip we actually brought something else with us, and we just got this one. It's an old thing, but maybe you don't know about these. This is the I Got You, the 600, GTX 600. Now what is it? It's a really small device. It has auto sensing, so that means that when you move, it's activated, but when you stop, it stops recording. Now, what is it? This is a so-called GPS tracker. It will literally just store wherever you go, and it has a battery life for about 30 days. Now, what is the big thing about this? You don't have to worry about it anymore. You just press on power on, and you just forget about it. You download the files to your computer, and then in Lightroom, you load it as a track. The cool thing about tracks, every picture you take along that track will actually be geotagged. So that means that now if you have a picture and you go like, where was this? You just go into Lightroom, you go to your map module, and you can actually see where you shot the picture. Is that important all the time? Not really, but during a trip, it's absolutely awesome. So, if you're a traveler, get one of these. They're really cheap. They start at about 50 bucks, and this one is a little bit more expensive because it has a 30-day memory, and it's about, I believe, 80 euros, 79 euros, so it's relatively cheap. And I have another RV tip for you guys. Now, of course, this is mainly a photography vlog, right? But when we're traveling, I also like to give you some tips that over the years we found out were very, very handy for our RV trips. Now, many moons ago, we had another RV and we had a refrigerator in there that seemed to work when you got your drinks. They were relatively cold, but during one of the trips, we both got incredibly sick, and later on we found out that it was because the refrigerator, when it was on power, it cooled great, so your drinks were great, but during the day, it didn't refrigerate very well, so that means that our food was actually spoiled, so we got food poisoning. One thing I said to Annie, that will never ever happen again. We have to make sure that we know how our refrigerator works, and that's when I got this idea, and this is a relatively very cheap idea. Now, this is an Oregon, and you can get them online. They're not that expensive. It's a weather station. But if you have a weather station, make sure you get one with external sensors, like this one. You can pair them to your iPhone or Android or whatever device you use, or you can even read it out on the Oregon itself. Now, we have one in our refrigerator, and it's actually on channel 1, and as you can see now in our refrigerator it's about 8 degrees. Now perfect should be between 6 and 8 degrees, so this is okay. And the refrigerator, by the way, is not on the coldest setting at the moment, and we just open it up, and as soon as you open it up it will get a little bit warmer. Anyway, long story short, with this system we are now able on our iPhone to actually see a graph from the whole day. So it's not like, okay, it's 6 degrees, it's okay, and then you find out that later during the day it, for example, was 12. Because you have a logging function inside, so make sure you buy one that has a logging function. You actually see a graph during the day, so you can actually see, hey, the refrigerator started out at 6 degrees, it raised up to 10, then it went down to 9, 8, 7, 6. So maybe it's wise to just put it a little bit colder to get your food right. And we also have one of the sensors, by the way, outside in the RV. So we also know the inside temperature, the outside temperature, and the temperature in the fridge. But hey, enough talk. Let's get on the road to our first sightseeing object. Are you ready? Let's go. Now it's time to fill up the water and do something that we don't really like, and that's actually clean the restroom. But hey, it's a module, you just take it out and you put new stuff in and you're done. I'm not going to tell you what kind of stuff, but it's a sort of cleaning fluid. So, because I don't know what's the name. Let's go. Okay, this time Anna-Wiek is actually putting on the gloves.
Every time.
Well, when I pump diesel, I actually put on the gloves. So that's the module. Oops. Now, of course, if you have clean water, you also have gray water. We don't have black water because that's actually our toilet, which you just saw. So we have gray water. Now, it's a little bit sketchy. In some countries, you can just let the gray water go. But in most countries, you actually have to dump it in a certain pit. So that's what we're actually going to do now. We're going to back up, then over the pit and dump the gray water. This does worry me a bit because it's a very, very tight turn. And there are a lot of small, well, lights, so I hope I don't hit anything. Okay, sometimes you just have to think like whoever invented this is stone cold crazy, because it's absolutely impossible to turn an 8-meter RV around between all these light poles and then get into this very small hole over here and then also get back. So we're gonna dump the gray water somewhere else because this is insane and I don't want to have any damage on the RV. So gonna dump that at the next campground. Okay, first stop is the Kammersluizen. It's actually a water lock, and that's because they had some kind of water problem here a while ago, just like in the Netherlands. And this is a water lock, so it's not as big. It's still pretty nice over here. Let's climb up and enjoy the view. Now, if you want to shoot something like this, the staircase going up, and there are actually people up there, just position the camera slightly lower and make sure that they're actually being blocked by, for example, this rail. And that's a very simple trick. If there are people in a scene, just make them disappear by just lowering the camera and, for example, putting something in front of them. Very easy. Okay, climbing up. Okay, we now arrived actually at Men at Sea, and this is inspired by Easter Island. Men, nature, unspoiled, watching over the whatever, it's art, right? So just enjoy it. And there it is. It's 9 meter high, white concrete. Okay, here we have the same problem. A lot of people in front of the statues. Just move a little bit back and you have a lot of foliage over here. A lot of trees. Not trees, you know what I mean. And just take a low standpoint. And there we go. And it's not perfect, but it's much better than with all those people in the picture. So, low viewpoint. Aim up and cover the people with some flowers.
Tried to find some peace of mind, lost in time, and I was torn from you. We fell apart. You love somebody new, lost in your heart. Stay too long.
Okay, we arrived in Bladval, and this is actually the bunker horses. So there were a lot of bunkers here from the Second World War, and they decided if they're not dangerous, let's do something fun with it. And these are the bunker horses. They look a little bit like donkeys, don't you think? But they're pretty cool.
Your heart, baby. I'd really like to see you. If I could turn back time, I'd really like to know you. If I could turn back time. Lost in time, I was torn from you. We fell apart. You love somebody new, lost in your heart.
Okay,
Baby, I'd really like to see you. If I could turn back time, I'd really like to know you. If I could turn back time, if I could turn back time.
okay, we arrived at our final destination for today. A really nice camper ground. So that means no camping, but just somewhere where you can park your camper. No caravans allowed. Sorry. Hey guys, if you like what we do, please subscribe to our channel, leave comments below, and of course smash that like button. We really like that. And of course, if you have any suggestions for Denmark, just let me know. If you want to meet up, just let me know. Because, hey, it's always cool to meet new people. Furthermore, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna drive further up north in Denmark. See you again tomorrow or the day after. You never know with a travel vlog. Bye guys.
I walk in shadows. No one ever sees me, sees me. I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, save me? I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare out my window. I feel just like a ghost that you walk right through. I feel like a shadow.